Yo, don't be a finna friend. Hi, I'm Dr. Charles Levon Cole III. Nice to meet you. There's a talk I do often. I give this talk to students, elderly people, and everybody in between. All right? In that talk, I coined this phrase, finna friends. This term was born out of dealing with friends and family members for the majority of my life. All right? That's where it came from. First, let's define the term finna friends. A finna friend is that friend that every time you see them, they finna do something. The only problem is that the thing never happens, and it's also, surprise, never that person's fault. It's always somebody else's fault. Here's an example. Them.
I'm finna start a catering business. It's gonna blow.
You.
That's what's up. Tell me, let me know how I can support. Let me know as soon as I can buy something. I'm in that thing. I see you.
Time passes. You.
Yo, how's the catering business going?
Them.
Man, you know how it go, man. People be hating, man. I went to Granny, asked Granny to hold something, you know what I mean? And she was just like, nah, I'm supposed to get to my dreams. People be hating on my progress.
So that's one of the examples. I can give a bunch, right? But I just want to make sure everybody understood the concept. Everybody good with the definition? Cool, we can move on. Great. When I'm giving this talk in front of a group, the way I check, I normally know people got it because a lot of heads are nodding, there's a lot of laughter, because folks have been through this. I swear, I've given this exercise everywhere from churches to boardrooms, elementary schools, mixed crowds that had millionaires in attendance. I've done this training in a bunch of different places, and everybody had stories, every single group. I asked the group if they got finna friends in their life, and there's always a huge reaction, like the biggest reaction. There's a lot of laughs, there's an outpouring of examples. It's just a lot of animated banter, a lot of hand movements. Then I asked the next question. Have you ever been a finna friend to somebody else? There's always a few scattered chuckles until a few brave souls step up and say,
I've done that. I've been a finna friend to people. I've made promises that things I was going to do and didn't do them.
Then after that, anywhere between 50 and 70% of the crowd also fesses up and says, yes, I've definitely done that before. All right. Now there's some bonding in the shared experience that everybody at some point has been a finna friend. I as well. But finally, I'd ask the crowd,
how many times have you been a finna friend to yourself?
Now, this garners a completely different reaction. It tends to get really silent. This time, there is no outpouring of animated banter. There is no smattering of shy chuckling going on in the room. The room becomes pretty self-reflective, if I'm being quite honest. This is a precious kind of silence, as if everybody right now is personally apologizing to themselves in their head. All right. This silence is different when I ask that question. And there it is, folks. We can chuckle and have a ton of grace for our friends when they're finna friends to us. We can even forgive ourselves or, communicate with that friend when we've done that to them. You know what I mean? This whole concept of finna friend. But when you are a finna friend to yourself, it hits differently because only you know your goals and dreams and what it takes to kind of get there. Only you know if you really, really went after it or if you was finna friending yourself. You understand what I'm saying? When it's up to you, it's different. This is why it hits a different nerve. Here's my urging to everybody that's listening to this or reading this or hearing this, however you're consuming this information. Don't be a finna friend to yourself. Just don't do it. Even if you're alone watching it and you're not gonna feel embarrassed, tell yourself, I will not be a finna friend to myself. You don't really have to do that. You can, you probably should, but you don't really have to because I know some of y'all is too cool out here in these streets. You deserve better. And let's be really honest about this. Most of succeeding, a lot of succeeding, about maybe 80% and up of succeeding is showing up. So many people just don't show up. So show up for yourself, man. It's the trying, it's the struggling, it's the failure. Like, all these things go into you being successful and getting to the places that you want to be. Look, I'm not promising you success. That's not my job. That's not what I do. You may very well fail. In fact, I failed a ton. I failed way, way more than I succeed. Failing is a part of life and it's present. It's very present for anybody that you may deem as being successful. No, what I'm telling you is, if you remain a fenifran to yourself, you will be miserable. Control what you can control. Listen, there's no shame in failing, but there is glory in overcoming obstacles and getting to your goal. Stop being a fenifran to yourself. Get on out there, man. Peace. And if you like this hoodie, there's a link in either the blog or the description, and you can get it. There's a book that I wrote. There's an audio book that's out. I be working. I be trying not to fenifran myself, but guess what? It still happens. So you should go check it out. I'm fully aware that they just made finna a word, okay? And I know some people gonna say, you played off of them making finna a word. And that's not true. I've been doing this training for over a decade. Okay, we've been saying finna. Just because white folks get it in the dictionary now, don't mean it's a new word. That's all I'm saying.